I haven't been on this channel in a while. Girl, don't start. Do not start. Do not start with me. So, okay, let's see. This isn't. Right, let's see. Let's see who comes into this live. Let's see who comes into this live. I have not been live on this channel in a very long time. And it's super. So, I don't know. I thought that I would come on and I would say hi. I have my dog and my cat in my room right now running around. I don't know why I'm here, but I recently posted a video maybe about a week ago talking about or venting, which I have done before on this, which is why I felt comfortable to do it here on this channel, about ancestors and not just ancestors, but war, the seeming war so many people have going against Americans, Afro-Indigenous Americans who identify as Afro-Indigenous. And I thought, since I just did a little reading, mini reading on my other channel, if you don't know my other channel, what my other channel is about, it's about feminine energy, feminine embodiment, but not just that, but the decolonization of feminine energy and understanding feminine energy from a spiritual perspective. I just got done doing a reading on that channel, so I was like, let me see what it would be like if I come on here and do a live reading. So let's see how it goes. I'm not gonna get started with any readings or talking about anything until some people come into the room. So Goya Torres is in the room. Hello, Goya Torres. How are you? I'm going to be doing some readings today. Readings by donation. So let me actually, I don't think I don't think I will personally be able to hop in the comments and pin my donation link. So if anybody wants to do that for me, anybody wants to put my reading donation link in the comments for me, I will love you forever and ever, and I will pin it on my own. But yeah, that's what today's session is going to be about, is basically channeling messages. I'm open to channeling messages for anything and any question that you might have, but I want to keep it centered on subject matter, which is connecting or wanting to understand something, a message that your ancestor has for you, that you want to get or more clarity or more understanding on. Safe Haven's creative space said hi. Hello, Safe Haven. The King of Monkeys says hi. Hello, the King of Monkeys. What a silly name to have. All right, I was just outside and I had to put on this self jacket. So before I get hot in here, um, so if you want to be a part of the reading, if you want me to personally read any energy on you, go to the link in the description box, donation. I will see the notification pop up that you made a donation, and I'll go ahead and get started on your reading and tap into questions that you have. King of Monkeys says, how old are you? None of your business. None of your business. Okay. I look good, don't I? Want to know how I am. So I'm gonna pull like a general message on, I'm gonna pull messages on specific ancestors that, spiritual family or ancestors that I'm connected to with people on this channel, or anyone specifically in this that decides to come this live. Hello, Ephraim, how are you? So yes, if you want me to pull any messages on you or your energy specifically, the link is in the description. And as you come into this live video, make sure you smash the like button and press the like button and support. Like, don't not like my video. What's wrong with you? Um, okay, so the stars coming out. So there's an ancestral message coming through, an ancestor message coming through of hope, of healing, of that we are all connected, and there's a message coming through that there's an ancestor that wants to pour in to, okay baby, I'm back on live. You're gonna have to come back for it. Come back for it. Okay, hurry up and get it. And take Whimsy with you. So, okay. So there's an ancestral message, and message coming through, of hope, of healing, that there is some of the ancestral messages coming through is that of, make sure you close my door as well. That pause. Let's just wait a second. Olivia, just go. Just go. Close the door. Okay, thank you. All right. So, ancestor message coming through. Hope, healing, but also the strong message that was coming through while all the chaos was happening was that that you are the star, that you are your ancestors, and a lot of your ancestors are actually looking to you to be the one, be the light that shines on the world, right? You're like like a lot of your ancestors are waiting for you to 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 pour your blessings out into the world, into the ocean, into the vast beingness of life. So there's an ancestor message coming through that you are a star. You are a guiding light for those who came before you. And it's actually best for you to not, walk away from. So Six of Swords coming out. It's best for you to walk away from the troubled waters of the past. But this is coming through as, don't listen to all of the people of the past, like the people that came, like there's people in your lineage possibly that you don't want to follow in the footsteps of. You don't want to continue to, okay, hold up, what did I do? Okay, it's just this card. There's people in your lineage that you don't want to follow in the footsteps of, that you don't want to like consistently, like their life was troubled and your life isn't meant to be troubled. Like, but stop opening my door. Exit the room. Like, do that right now. Okay, you have to wait. Sorry, y'all. I'm in mom mode. Y'all can close my door. Thank you. Okay, the high priestess is coming through. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that your ancestors want you to know that you are the star and you're not supposed to be like, this is coming through as like, you're not supposed to be listening to all these other noises and all these other people. Like you need to be moving on from that, and you need to be tuning into your wisdom, because you're the one who your ancestors are looking up to. And honestly, this is definitely a collective message, because I feel this. I felt this very strongly time and time again. A lot of people consistently are looking at the past. They're looking at what their ancestors did. They're remembering about what their ancestors fought for. They remember, you know, all the, but nobody ever sits back and questions like, what did my ancestors, like, did my ancestors have all the answers though? Like, did they really know what they were doing, or were they just doing the best they could with what they have? Right now, a lot of us have everything, if not more, than what our ancestors were working with. And we have the ability to shine in a way that they didn't. We have the ability and also the capacity to show up in a way that they didn't, and they didn't even know how to. So a lot of our ancestors are like literally like looking at us like, what you about to do? Like, they coming to us for answers just as much as we turn around and look to them for answers. So when I'm talking about spirit guides and like spirit guides, when I'm talking about ancestors, I can also be talking about spirit guides and everything like that. Blooming and blossoming, hi. I forget that you're on this channel too. Isn't that so surprising? I haven't been on this channel for like a while now, but I did a reading on my other channel, and I was like, let me do like a little flash reading, 30-minute thing on Acaia Mystic, and talk about the ancestors and do some channeling of what the collective energy for my channel, the people on my channel, my spiritual family, what wants to come through for you all. So peace and love to everybody in here. Yes. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull one more card as a talking point, and then if anybody would like to make a donation to tune in to their own personal energy and what their spirit guides or their ancestors have to say to them, for them specifically, then I will do that. Any action steps or anything like that. Okay, King of Wands reversed. Yeah, some of you, that your ancestor, so a lot of ancestral information and ancestral wisdom was suppressed through toxic masculine energy of the past, like that toxic masculine paradigm, a masculine energy that was oppressive and King of Wands reverse is like the dominant, like a masculine energy that wants to dominate and that wants to be the boss at the expense of other people's livelihood, other people's peace, other people's well-being. So this is a masculine energy that just was like running over people, and I feel like a lot of people, um their ancestors don't want to, had to be under that paradigm and did the best that they could being under that paradigm. This could be like, um this could be also like social, obviously like social dynamics of like racism, misogyny, um like patriarchy, right? Like this is toxic, like these are the toxic patriarchal structures, um you know, religion and all of that. So your ancestors are saying like you are meant to break out of that mold even further, but this time you can't rely on us for information. You have to rely on your own connection to source. You have to tap into your own channel. That's what's coming through. That's what you have to do this time. Oh my gosh, so much chaos. Girl, if you don't, call Whimsy. Say, Whimsy, come. Whimsy, come. All right. Oh my goodness. um so Blooming and Blossoming says Ashe, yes. So yeah, so that's what's coming through, is that now is the time for you to listen to your own wisdom. No more depending on what the ancestors have to say and what the ancestors think. They're depending on you right now. That's what's coming through. Queen of Pentacles reverse, lack of confidence, lack of feeling like you're capable of standing in your power, in your light, in your stardom. Ace of Cups reversed. Um, feeling blocked from your wealth, from your opportunity, feeling like the opportunity for you to be blessed um by your ancestors or by some higher spiritual energy is blocked. um there's a lot of pain that your ancestors have been through in regards to how much people ignore their feminine intuition. Oh, okay, there's a lot of big things coming through right now. So the feminine is the high priestess. This is the billionaireess right here. The billionaireess, this is the woman that has been suppressed within the collective. This is the complete and entire reason why I decided to create Earth's Feminine, my other channel. This is the entire reason why I decided to create the Acaia the Creatrix, my other channel, which I'm diving into this energy, this billionaire's energy. But I've had to dive into it because I realized that spirituality and developing my spirituality and understanding the divine from the star card and the ancestors and everything, I had to also understand like the relationship of the suppression of the feminine to connecting to the divine. Like there was no way for me to level up in my spirituality without coming into union with this part, with the high priestess. So there's a lot of pain that ancestrally that's being carried. And actually, um as you step into your high priestess, as you trust your inner authority and you shine your light and you know, you walk away from that old paradigm of masculine structure, that is the healing that is brought to not only yourself but your entire bloodline, like your ancestry, all of that. Two of Swords. There's a decision that your ancestors want you to make. A decision that you've been teetering and tottering back and forth about. Let's see. What message do the ancestors of the collective energy on my channel, the people on my channel, what that they need to hear right now? Let's see. One final message. I'll get one more. King of Wands again, except this time it's upright. So there's definitely a balance in power that the ancestors want to happen, in power structures, in authority. Blooming Blossoming says, was he trolling before? I'm not sure, but if you want to moderate, I don't know who was in here trolling, but if you do see any trolls, I'm open to making you a moderator if you want to moderate, Blooming, because I can't keep up with any weird comments. I think you're one of my moderators on my other channel. So okay, so I made you a moderator on this channel too. So there you go. You got a wrench, girl. You a wrench. You're a wrench up in here. But yeah, there's an ancestral message coming through of wanting to fully break this power, this ego. This is what's coming through, is this ego. This is actually what I was talking about in my video that I recently posted on this channel. The ego that people who vouch or seemingly are like vouching for their culture, their people, their ancestors, it's not coming from a true like place of like pride, of authority. Like, it's ego. Okay, the King of Wands reversed. It's ego. It's wanting to be right. It's wanting to be seen. It's the King of Wands can also be a bigot, can also be extremely prejudiced, you know. And this is the energy that comes up when people want to belittle and berate Afro-Indigenous people who come out and say that they have American ancestry or American Indigenous ancestry, and then people want to, you know, Black people and other people of color want to keep playing into the race debate, right? Or like the this idea of races, right? Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, indigenous, right? Indigenous, for some reason, quote unquote Native American and indigenous is not like, it's separated from all those other races. For what? For what? There are indigenous people all over the world that don't look like, that are not Asian featured, that are not Mexican featured or Persian featured, right? Like this black, straight, long hair and yellowish, lightish, tan skin color. Like, that's not the only way to view being in. Matter of fact, that's not the original view of an indigenous identity. If you want to tell the truth, indigenous identity is going to start with Black Afro melanated people. But that's triggering, right? That's triggering to most people because they have this toxic energy of the King of Wands reverse. I want to be right. I want to be prideful. I want to be, you know, I was having a conversation one day with a really big creator online. He's been doing work for a really long time, since I was young. Um, his name is Ricardo Ignacio, and he's started on Facebook. I remember he started on Facebook as a writer and like preaching and writing about Mexican indigenous ancestry, and how um indigenous Mexicans and like Black people, and like he had a perspective that was very like wholesome. And when I first came across him, I was a teenager, and um this might be too TMI, but I'm gonna just put it out on the table. We were, I think I was maybe 18 at the time, or 19. I'm not sure. I was in college. And I don't know, he was in his 20s. And he reached out to me, and we were talking. We actually like talked, and we were like getting to know each other in that way. So in a way we were kind of like dating, but we had never met in person. Um we talked like almost every day, maybe for like 3 months or so. Like a month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm not sure. Um, I don't remember. Like literally was like a while ago. Oh, at least 10 years ago. And I stopped talking to him. Like we grew apart, and I stopped talking to him because I was starting to notice there were some things that he's saying. Now, there's nothing, everything that I'm saying about him right now, no shade to him. You know, he does what he does. He's impactful. He's a leader. He's all this stuff, you know, and he's great. I don't take that away from him. He's great. However, there were some things that I was noticing about like the way his mindset, okay? Um, the first thing was like he had a baby mama, and he would complain about his baby mama like a lot. And at the time I was super young, so I wasn't privy to any kind of red flags or anything. But I did notice that he used to complain about his baby mama a lot, and he used to say, oh, he used to say the typical egocentric male thing that egocentric men say about their baby mom is that she's so spiteful. She's so spiteful. She won't let me see my child unless I want to be with her. She wants me to be with her, and that's why she won't let me see my child. He used to say stuff like that. I was 18, 19. I didn't know nothing about that. I was like, oh man, that sucks. I don't know what's going on, right? I'm much more mature now. So I'm like, yeah, kick rocks. Kick rocks with that bullshit. But that was one of the things that I noticed, right? And then as we progressed, I also noticed he used to be he would be very critical. And this is one of the reasons why we like really would just wedged, right? There was a wedge between us. I like to experiment with my looks and my beauty. I have always been that way since I was a young girl. That has been always the like most feminine trait about me. And the reason I'm saying this is that I used to wear color contacts a lot. I used to do my makeup and in all different types of ways a lot. I used to edit my photos and you know, make myself look different kinds of ways. Now look, my skin color, when I take a picture of myself, I'm either going to come out in two ways, okay? Look at my cat back there. He's so silly. I'm either going to come out in two ways. I'm either going to come out light, the way that I look right now, or dark. Okay, that is just the flexibility of my skin tone. Okay, I can look light and I can look dark. I teeter-totter in between light and dark all the time. In the wintertime, I'm light-skinned. In the summertime, I'm dark-skinned. Right now, I'm in between. So I'm like in the middle, okay? I know what it's like to be dark-skinned. I know what it's like to be light-skinned. My skin is just like that. It changes colors, okay? So I'm saying all that to say I had a picture of me that I sent to him, and I was wearing these blue color contacts that I got, ice blue color contacts that I got. I love them so much. They were so cute to me. A lot of people thought they were scary, but I liked them. And I edited my picture. I had just got my sister locks, so I was kind of like playing with those. And I edited my picture to where my skin looked fairer than normal. And I remember I sent that picture to him, and he was like really judgmental towards the picture. He said that I looked ugly. Okay, he said I looked ugly, that I shouldn't look like that, and that I don't, why am I making myself look like that? And that basically he was being super critical of like my picture. And I'm like, strike two, blooming. Hi, Juanita. Welcome. I don't know if you're my Juanita that I know and love, but even if you're not, I love you too. Welcome to the live. um, if you are, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. But yeah, so after he said that, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, that's when I started picking up on, yes, this guy comes and presents himself as being for the people, being for his ancestors, being for, you know, the Mexican indigenous rights and black rights and like those things like that. And he also talks about how he loves black women. I love black women, which is probably why he was talking to me. Okay. And I'm pretty sure, I think right now he's currently with a black woman. So that ain't never changed. But I noticed his bigotry. So that was like what began to drive a wedge between us. And eventually we stopped talking. I don't even remember how it happened. We just stopped talking. And we never met up in person or anything like that. So, but then I remember we actually connected a few years after I had, like, years had passed and I had my daughter. I had like recently had my daughter, and we talked again. And when we talked again, I had learned a lot. I had grown a lot. You said, I'm pretty sure he got a strike three moment. I don't know what the strike three moment was, but I will just say this moment was definitely strike three, because when we talked again this third time, this is when I really realized that he had a bigoted mindset, and he was really like, thought he knew everything about everybody's culture, especially black culture, because I started speaking about more spiritual subjects, right? Not so much in the race, ancestral, like, this is why I don't get involved in race debates and like politics, because it's dense. It's a denser frequency. And when you try to go up a level into like the more ancestral energy or the ancestral frequencies, they don't know how to go up there with you. All they know how to talk about is black people, white people, Mexican people, Italian people. Like, that's all they know how to talk about. They don't know how to talk about bloodlines. They don't know how to talk about ancestral genetics. They don't know how to talk about spiritual ancestry. They don't know how to talk about your ancestral or your, right? And has a play in that, how your soul chooses certain genetics that you take on and activate. Like, they don't know how to go there. So I don't go down there with them because I'm like, I'm past that. Like, I'm past the little check boxes on what we have to fill out when we are dealing with the government and stuff like that. I'm past that. Yes, I know how to operate in that realm. And yes, I understand every classification of race very well on paper and what they mean on paper. But what's on paper ain't the totality of what it is. It's just literally rocket science. Like, it's like military level logistics for understanding who you are and how to differentiate yourself. It's grade school type. Whereas I'm up here energetically and I'm in like higher dimensional, um what do they call it? Like, I'm in doctorates, like spiritual doctorates. Like, I'm just past that. You know what I'm saying? So when I realized that he was incredibly incredible, like, he was very bigoted, okay? And because he said to me, when it comes to Black people saying that they're indigenous to America, that they are entitled, that they just want to be and claim other people's ancestry and other people's lineage, and they're just ashamed of being African, and they just want to be other people, and they don't know who they are. That's what he said to me. And I'm like, look, if that's how you fucking feel, that's how you fucking feel. But I I have a different perspective, and I know more than you about the subject. So I don't even think I argue with him about it. Just like, I'm never gonna talk to his ass again. Like, that was what I said to myself. Now when I see his stuff online, when I see his videos pop up online, um, and he's still talking on behalf of Black people, and he's still like, you know what? I'm not even gonna feel any type of way, because the Black people that he talks to are the Black people who resonate with the same thing that he believes in. And that's fine. That, like, they're all in the same little energetic frequency pot. But this is what the ancestors are saying: get the fuck out of that pot. Get out of that pot. Because you can't connect to the totality of who you are, aka us, your ancestors, by being in that pot. You have to get out of there. So, oh, Blooming says, wow, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, a lot of the people, a lot of the masculine figures that we follow, that we think that we can trust. I mean, I don't know how many scandals gotta happen. I don't know how many exposings gotta happen. It's not gonna happen for every single person, because some people just do a good job, you know. But for most masculine leaders, if they are not in tune with this right here, this high priestess, they are not going to know how to lead you correctly. And they're going to end up leading you more astray from the ancestors that really want to connect with you and usher you into your light and your star power and all of those things. They're not going to be able to come through. So, yeah. Yes. Okay, link is in my description if you would like to get a reading before I hop out of here, specifically on what any messages that your ancestors have for you specifically in your life and what you're going through right now. You can donate between $22 to $44 and ask a question. If you want to go deeper, you can donate more. Or you can just donate anything, honestly, and I'll answer your question. But that's just kind of like where I have it at right now. It's a game, and we have to get out of that game. Yes. You have to get out of that game if you want to fully align like 100% with the truth. The truth about what your ancestors have to say and everything like that. Yeah, the truth. King of Swords. The truth wants to come out and be recognized and be heard. Do y'all think my cat tarot cards are cute? Oh my gosh. Blooming says, I'm coming for a personal reading before the year is out though. Okay, absolutely. I'll be ready for that. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some closing messages. Well, this was an interesting turnout. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, balance. Balance wants to be restored in what was and what wasn't given, right? Like this, like what I was sharing with y'all of like how there are people out there who just consistently want to deny you of your birthright just because they're ignorant and they don't know how to reciprocate. They don't know how to, you know, and the ancestors, your ancestors want that balance to be restored. Yes, I'm wanting to get some new cards here soon of like, I saw the cutest tarot cards of like my favorite cartoon, my favorite cartoons that I used to watch when I was younger. Knight of Swords coming out. All right, so for a lot of you, there's swift energy coming in. Swift energy coming in to restore that balance. So yeah, swift energy coming in to restore the balance. Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, a lot of people who you thought was your family, because of your beliefs and the way that you think, really is not your family. Because yeah, new beginning. A new beginning in ancestry. A new beginning in what's the word? Like tradition. A new tradition is what the ancestors want. The ancestors don't want this same bullshit of like racism, the race card, going back and forth about racists and all of that bullshit. Like, do you really think that your ancestors who like if you're like me and we have similar ancestors, okay, your ancestors who marched, who were in Jim Crow, experienced real racism, you know what I'm saying? Like, who experienced, and not saying real racism as if the insidious racism isn't racism, but your ancestors who really went through it, you think that they still want to keep having this conversation about black, white, Mexican, Filipino? Like, you think they still want to talk about that? They don't. They want a new word, okay? We will coming in with the new word, with the spiritual truth. That's going to create a completely new tradition for your family and for your ancestry. Even traditional marriage, they want to change that too. Traditional marriage, that's why we're going through what we're going through right now with misogyny and quote unquote, I'm not even gonna say gender wars. It's not a gender war, it's really just misogyny. Marriages want to change, like, yeah, I agree with that as well. Yep, Knight of Pentacles, a new tradition, a new timeline of the way that we do things. They don't want to keep thinking in that way of like race and all of that stuff. You are the light that is shining. You have the baton now. So yeah, resistance of transformation. The collective is in resistance to that transformation. And you have maybe been on the edge of making a decision, but you got to show up. as the powerful one, as the one who has the authority, as the one who knows. Look, that's not the truth. And I'm not going to live like that anymore. You can do you, but the emperor is going to do him every single time. So stepping into that power and that authority is also what your ancestors want from you. You don't need nobody else to validate you, even if they are on that bandwagon of like um uplifting their people and uplifting their, you know, ancestry and all that stuff. The devil, right? We already know the devil is in the mix. And then the sun is coming up. So ultimately, joy is going to be restored. The disappointments, the hurt from the past is going to be healed. Source is going to be able to shine through when you step into this. Source is going to be able to come through and shine through when you step into this. And then we have the Empress coming out. Okay, so that's also divine union. So the ancestors are also talking about the ultimate divine union as well. The Emperor and the Empress. Okay, so that means there are also probably men in here watching as well, um, as there are women. And yeah, the message is definitely coming through strongly. It's absolutely coming in or coming through strongly. So something that I would have been thinking about offering on this channel specifically, since this channel has been my channel that I have designated for, and also, okay, just making sure to see. But yeah, something else that I have been thinking about offering on this channel, since this channel has been about spirituality, connecting to your spiritual gifts. Like this, the energy of this channel has been about, I started it off about astrology and everything like that, but I took the time to really connect with what was needed for me on this channel in order for me to continue showing up on this channel and not just kind of like let this channel be archived. And that was that there are women on this channel that are wanting and actually ready to cultivate skills, gifts that they have, spiritual skills, spiritual gifts that they have, and master them so that they can fully step into their light. And not just women, but I know mostly women are probably here on this channel going to resonate. It's also going to be for men too, so this isn't going to be a gender specific offering, but this is basically the offering that I realized that was desired from my audience and those of you on my channel looking for a way to step into your gift and shine your light and truly feel confident in who you are in your spirituality, because a lot of you are you have allowed spirituality to make you broke, to cause you to be broken and consistently in a state of lack or not confident, right? You're just not confident. You don't feel that pride in who you are. You don't feel like that pride in your spirituality. You don't feel that pride in where you come from. And even what I'm talking about now, because of all of the outside forces, right? You might feel like a spiritual outcast, like you don't fit in anywhere, and you have to kind of hide yourself to function in society. That is what came up for me and the people that I need to connect to right now and help to come out of that, because that is no way to live. Okay, I've come across a lot of you are doing things with your life that you don't really want to be doing. You are highly spiritually gifted, you are highly intuitive, but you don't believe that those things can really bring you success. You don't believe that those things can really allow you to prosper. Okay, so those are the people that I'm talking to right now. Those are the people that I tapped in with, The energy of those people I tapped in with a few weeks ago, I want to say, asking the question of who I need to speak to when I come back on this channel. And those were the few of you who popped out. So if you're wanting to step out of that energy and into your full confidence, your full radiance when it comes to your spiritual power, your spiritual gifts, and being abundant in that energy, being rich and resourced in that energy, then that is what I am going to offer to help you with. So the offering that I've created for that is called Awaken the Gift, okay? And this is going to be a program where you are going to be able to awaken your gifts, right? Really become clear on what your spiritual gifts are, and just the generic spiritual gifts that you need to master, the confidence that you need to step in order for you to stop caving into paradigms and systems and structures that don't align with you. Okay, so you can live the life that you know that you want to live in rule your life the way that you want to live it. Okay, so instead of us talking about the King of Wands, now we're talking about the Queen of Wands. Okay, the woman who shows up in radiance, in her light, in her in her truth, and is resource for that. She has the strength, she has the power, and she knows that her wisdom, aka a high priestess, okay, can manifest everything that she desires in life. So some of you are really just wanting to master your skill set and understand what your gifts are, and deep dive into what that is. So it's called Awaken the Gift. And if you are interested in being the first ones to pre-enroll into Awaken the Gift, then make sure you send me a DM to my Instagram. Okay, for now, I'll eventually put a link, when I come live on here again. But if you want to get first access and pre-enrollment prices for Awaken the Gift, if you want to get in early and get access to pre-enrollment prices, send me a DM at Acaia Mystic. Send me a DM at Acaia Mystic so you can sign up and get access to the early pre-enrollment prices. If you sign up tonight, okay? If you sign up tonight, I will be giving you a bonus, personalized, Awaken Your Gift reading, okay? Where we're going to be deep diving. Specifically, I'm going to be deep diving into exactly what your spiritual gifts are and how you need to move forward in utilizing them and wielding them so that you can step out of lack consciousness. You can stop allowing spirituality to be the reason that you don't have this, you can't experience that, you can't, stop allowing that to be your limitation, and start seeing how it was meant to be your your catapultation into your dream life, into the person that you're meant to be. So we're really taking on the identity here of who you actually are. And inside the course, I'm going to be going into the core things that you need to do to fully align with your spiritual self and your cosmic self, so that can come down into your earth self. Okay, like we're integrating all of that, and you're showing up in your power. Okay, so that's what that's going to be about. So if you're interested in that, DM me at Acaia Mystic. And again, if you enroll tonight, you will be getting that bonus access to the reading, Discovering Your Gift reading, and we can get that live reading actually booked in this week. So yeah, okay, before I go, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to send in a donation to do a quick question pull, for me to pull any more cards? Now's your chance. Link is in the description box. Now is your chance. Now is your chance. Now is your chance. Hi, Stinky Butt. Hi. Hi, Stinky Butt. Oh, my cat wanted to come and say hi. All right, I guess nobody has any questions or anything like that. So, this was interesting. Looks like this this channel is still hot and active. So I may be popping on here a lot more often. That'll be exciting to see how that goes. Okay, my loves, nobody else has any questions? No more readings want to get done? Then I am going to go ahead and let you all go. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Blooming and Blossoming says, I just want to say you look amazing as always. Thank you so much, Blooming. I appreciate that. Yes, so let's get into glamour magic one of these days. I was talking about that with Tashiana on my other channel. Let's get into glamour magic. Let me know if that would be like an interesting or desired topic. Okay, my loves, I love you so much. I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for joining. And again, if you want to be a part of Awaken Your Gift, send me a DM at Acaia Mystic on Instagram. And yes, I will see y'all later. Peace.